Hello, welcome to Puffs and Poetry. I'm your host Jessica, a writer, cannabis aficionado, and poetry lover. Today we are reading some of my favorite pieces of poetry by my all-time favorite poet, Mary Oliver. But before we dive into that, let's roll up and I'll tell you a little bit about where I am and what I'm smoking. I am recording this in southern Georgia. I am creekside, and there is an abundance of birds here. Some of them I assume live here year-round, and some of them I assume overwinter here. There's birds over to the left of me and birds over to the right of me, so I would not be surprised if you see one or hear one in this video. I'm headed south for the winter, and Georgia marks my entry into the Deep South, which is an area of the United States that I have not spent much time in, so I'm very excited to be here. Today, I am smoking. Won't be smoking anything if my papers get blown away from me, eh? Today, I am smoking a Type 1 joint. Type 1 refers to a Type 1 chemovar, which is a type of cannabis that is dominant in THC. Usually I smoke, on this show anyways, Type 2s, which are a blend of CBD and THC, but it's the end of the day, and I thought, why not have a little fun with it? Unfortunately, I don't have too much information about the weed that I am smoking, because this weed came to me from the legacy market. The legacy market is the backbone of the cannabis industry in the Deep South, because weed is still not legal in most states down here yet. So unfortunately, I don't know the THC percentage or the terpene profile of this weed, but we make do. I warned you about the birds. There are also supposedly gators around here, but I have not seen one yet. I want to see one from a safe distance. Nothing like smoking in nature, eh? There we go. Oh. Well, she's a little sloppy, but she'll get the job done. So today I am reading from Mary Oliver's book of poetry called Devotions, which is her selected works from all of her published poetry books throughout her lifetime. I have picked a poem. I'm getting excited. I have picked a poem to start with, and then I will just be choosing a couple other poems at random. I have read through this book dozens, if not hundreds of times, so I'm excited to share some of my favorite selections with you. Our first piece today is called The Sun. And this was one of the first books of poetry, or pieces of poetry, I should say, by Mary Oliver that I ever read. And the ending of it caught me off guard, and it's what really catapulted me into my Mary Oliver obsession. The Sun by Mary Oliver. Have you ever seen anything in your life more wonderful than the way the sun, every evening, relaxed and easy, floats towards the horizon and into the clouds, or the hills, or the rumpled sea, and is gone? And how it slides again out of the blackness every morning on the other side of the world like a red flower, streaming upwards on its heavenly oils, say, on a morning in early summer, at its perfect imperial distance, And have you ever felt for anything such wild love? Do you think there is anywhere in any language a word billowing enough for the pleasure that fills you as the sun reaches out, as it warms you as you stand there empty-handed? Or have you too turned from this world? Or have you too gone crazy for power, for things? This poem is called The Summer Day, and it contains one of Mary Oliver's most famous and iconic lines. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Let's go the other direction, see if I get inspired. This poem is called Can You Imagine? For example, what the trees do, not only in lightning storms or the watery dark of a summer night or under the white nets of winter, but now, and now, and now, whenever we're not looking. Surely you can't imagine they just stand there, looking the way they look when we're looking. Surely you can't imagine they don't dance from the root up, wishing to travel a little, not cramped so much as wanting a better view or more sun or just as avidly more shade. Surely you can't imagine they just stand there, loving every minute of it. The birds, or the emptiness, the dark rings of the years slowly and without sound thickening, and nothing different unless the wind, and then only in its own mood, comes to visit. Surely you can imagine patience and happiness like that. This little one has been flying around for quite some time, making a ruckus while I set up my camera and everything to film with. His partner's somewhere around here as well. They're calling back and forth. I don't know what kind of birds they are, but I am enjoying their company. Our last poem today is called Mindful. It's one of my favorite Mary Oliver poems, which is why it's being featured in this video. I know the joint will go out as I read this one though, so. One last hint. Mindful by Mary Oliver. Every day I see or I hear something that more or less kills me with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of light. It is what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside this soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation. Nor am I talking about the exceptional, the fearful, the dreadful, the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentations. O good scholar, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with such teachings as these? The untrimmable light of the world, the ocean's shine, the prayers that are made out of grass. Called it. It has to be a short poem to not have the joint go out. Mashed up myself. And I suppose I could conceive of another way of smoking while I read poetry, but the point of this is to combine things I love. And I love joints, and I love poems, and I don't care how impractical they are to do at the same time. Ooh. Ooh, that one hit. Those are all the poems that I have for you today. Thank you for spending some time with me and some time with Mary Oliver. Don't forget to get outside and touch some grass today. Until I see you again, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and have a wonderful day.